If you're in a marriage that's in crisis due to infidelity and you have a lot at stake, then this video is for you. It could be that you've just found out that your wife or husband's been cheating on you, or you could be the one that's cheated and you're just waiting for it to come out. Whichever way it is, you're probably in turmoil and you've hit rock bottom, don't know where to go next. So if you're the one that cheated, your spouse has probably gone into panic mode and is talking divorce, which has made you panic too. Or if you're the one who found out, discovered the cheating, you're probably wondering what on earth went wrong, or how could that happen to us? You knew things weren't in a good place, but this is way out there. And now the question is, stay or go? It's a thoroughly dizzying place to be. And you need help to guide you through this, to come out of it in a stable way where you look after your family. You don't have to worry about what's going to happen to all of us, what's going to happen to our business, what's going to happen to my reputation. You need the right help. We have to get you out of this distress fast. Your situation is urgent right now, and you probably know that. And I mean really urgent. There's no time to muck around and think, oh, I'll talk to someone tomorrow, I'll ring someone else tomorrow. It's time to act now. And there's one thing you need to know that we don't hear very often, and that is that your marriage does not need to end because of this. Saving a marriage is much easier than we're led to believe. Seriously, this is much easier than what you're led to believe. It depends on which path you take. There are 3 paths that you would be looking at. Path 1 is the easiest path. Path 2 is the hardest and longest path. And then there's path 3, and that is both the easiest and the shortest, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. If you're an executive or a high net worth person, you know who a top lawyer is. You know who a financial advisor is, somebody who's top that you can rely on. But how do you know who is a top couples therapist or couples counsellor or couples coach to help through this? How do you know what the difference is between any of those? Is it a couples therapist you need? Should you be talking to somebody who says they're a relationship coach? What about counselling? All of those things are very important to know about, because I'm going to be talking to you in a moment about couples master coaching. And that's because that's what I do. I do all of the above. So why would a couples master coach be the most important person for you to talk to after infidelity? Here is how I explain it to you. I'm D Tozer, and I am the couples master coach. I'm a psychologist, a relationship therapist, a couples therapist, a life master coach, everything all rolled into one. And over 33 years, I've worked with almost 6,000 couples after infidelity with a very high success rate in repairing their relationship. I've helped people with flings in the gym, flings at work, people who've had long-term emotional affairs, people who've had short-term physical connections, or long-term 3, even 4 and 5 year physical affairs. I've been able to help and repair those with my specialised program, which I'm going to tell you about when I talk about path 3 in the next piece. My work has been seen in Forbes magazine and in many other publications right across the board. And the most important thing about the work I do is working with high net worth, driven executives who've lost their way and got themselves caught in a cheating mess they have no idea how to get out of. Well, I specialise in getting you out of that cheating mess, and I do it via a certain pathway that makes sure it hits every point that's important to you. That is doing it efficiently, not taking too long, because the pain of long-term therapy is agony, and making sure that you get your connection healed and restored absolutely in the best way possible. By now, you'll know I'm not your average therapist. I am not your mainstream couples therapist. You don't want anything that's average. If you're a driven go-getter, You wouldn't accept anything much that's average, especially something as important as saving your marriage. So now let me talk to you about the 3 paths. So path 1 is to do nothing. It is the easiest one and the hardest one. It's also the longest one, because if you do nothing, the pain and heartache and hurt from all of this lasts forever because it never gets addressed. Path 2 is the most common path, which most people do. It's the average path. That's to go with long-term couples mainstream therapy, which can last for 1 to even 3 years. It's like a marathon of agony, and it just doesn't work. It has a very, very low success rate. It's around 3%. So we talk about path 3 then, which is what I do. Okay, path 3 is a 12-week structured program where I talk to you and your spouse almost every day, every week for 12 weeks. It moves you through quickly. It's not a marathon. It's definitely not a fast sprint either, because that means you don't touch on the most important things. It picks up every crucial piece and repairs it for you. So that's the way to go, path 3. So what happens in a 12-week program? Well, I see each of you individually, as I said, and I see you jointly. And I also do individual calls with you as often as you like and as often as you need. The most important thing is that I am your rock and your anchor, or some people call it the safety net, through this very difficult phase while we stabilise you, repair, and in the repair is the rescuing process as well, and then restore, rebuild your relationship. That's how we do it. And we do it so that you understand maybe what went wrong, most likely what went wrong, and then how we get it right, and you can feel the progress daily. So you can put on hold any thoughts of divorce and lawyers and attorneys. You can look at what you can do to rebuild and restore all the love between you, because it's a 12-week window. It's not a marathon 2 or 3 years when you're hanging in agony. So book your relief call now. Why not? It's only 45 minutes with me. And during that call, I'll be able to take you through how the whole process works, and you'll be able to see if we're a good fit for each other. It's most important that you know I am the best kept secret in this world. So if you're an influential person worrying about retaining anonymity, you will have that with me. There's no office to go to. You don't need to feel embarrassed that you're going to have to show up in a therapist's office anywhere. And you also know you can tap into me virtually any time you need, whatever the problem is that turns up. I am, as I said earlier, your rock and your anchor through this whole process. So don't put it off any longer. Book your relief call now. The link to do so is below, and I'm urging you, when you do go to press on that link, you will see you're taken to a page with just a couple of little minor questions to answer before you book, just to help me be ready to give you the best help I can on that call. So you've probably guessed by now, I'm Australian. I've been working with clients in the United States for many years, and virtually all my clients are in the United States, and we do it all online by Zoom. It's so efficient. It works so well to be able to fit easily around people's busy time schedules. It's absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to share more with you about that. You won't want to miss this call. Even if your spouse is not really sure he or she wants to repair at the moment or wants to do the call, you can do it on your own with me. It's really important that you give it your best shot here. And there's no other way to find out what is possible and what can be done, is there? So don't hesitate any longer. Okay, hit the link below and make your call booking with me.